Most of the people that come to me for like photorealistic tattoos. That's what I like to do. It's funny because like early on, man, I kind of got like a knack for it. So like that's probably one of the first big challenges that I try to take on. And I just kind of felt like that was what I was best at, so why not run with it. I've been tattooing for 10 years, if you count the first 2 years. Like, I'm self-taught, so there's 2 years I was tattooing. I really probably shouldn't even have been tattooing. I had no business even picking up a tattoo machine probably. But you know, me being the idiot that I am, nothing could stop me, you know. Lucky for me, I had a lot of stupid cousins. My grandfather was pretty dumb, so he let me do a tattoo on him. My ex, she was living next door to a guy who did tattoos in his basement of all places, and you know, it's a pretty shitty way to get into tattooing, but you know, a lot of people get into it that way, and I'm not ashamed to say that I got into it that way. It's just kind of part of it. You gotta start somewhere, man. It was kind of more an unplanned thing, but it just kind of worked out. I always liked to draw. I always liked to paint. Anything that had to do with art kind of caught my attention. So for me, it was just natural to try something out that kind of went with that whole theme. You know, people like my grandfather were tattooed, so a lot of that inspiration, I guess, for me to get into it came from those people too. I always thought tattoos were cool. I always wanted them even when I couldn't get them. When I was a little kid, I was probably like 12 years old, me and my cousin Amanda, we decided we were going to do tattoos on each other. It probably was her idea because she was always like the troublemaker out of the bunch of us. So we got out the needle and thread, and we like wrapped it around some sewing needles and just shit I guess we picked up from like hearing it from like our adult, you know, like our parents or our parents' friends or whatever, I don't know, maybe on TV or something. And she decided she wanted to go first, I guess because she wasn't really an artist, you know, so I guess she wanted me to try out my artistic talents on her because I always liked to draw. So I started just basically hand poking this tattoo into her like ankle, right above her foot, you know, like right on her ankle bone, probably the worst spot I could do it. We sat there and we like did it, and then I don't know, the next day somehow my Aunt Betty, her mom found out and fucking punished us. We got grounded, and it was just, I guess all from there it started, you know, because after that I wanted to do tattoos. I thought they were cool. I'd probably have to say the fact that it's just such a rite of passage. It's kind of like you earn your stripes when you get tattooed. It's a way to wear a badge of honor. It's a way to commemorate somebody you love. It's a way to express yourself or dedicate yourself to whatever it is that you're into, you know? So, I mean, for that, I respect it. I think it's the coolest art form. You can wear art, and it's not just the tattoo artist artwork. It's fine artist artwork, you know? There's replication of fine artist work. Those are the kinds of things that, you know, drew me to tattooing from the very beginning. A good friend of mine, he had a party at his house, and it was one of the first times I did a tattoo party, okay. Which is, you know, not even something I'm proud of either, but I did it. You know, it's part of my history, right? I'm in this basement, and I'm doing tattoos, right? He comes down, and then, sure enough, he rips off his fucking shirt, and his back piece is George Winterling did this awesome tattoo of Marilyn Monroe. I mean, not Marilyn Monroe, Mona Lisa. So, this fucking killer Renaissance painting, Leonardo da Vinci, like, a master painted it. Here's this guy's got a back piece of it. You know? That was awesome. Just to see that and see what somebody could do. It opened up my eyes to like what was possible. on skin. I didn't have a bunch of magazines. Even though I was doing tattoos, I wasn't as into it as I've become, you know? I've grown to be a person that respects other tattooers, you know, people that are doing those amazing things, like Bob Terrell, people like Victor Portugal, guys doing fine art on skin. Started out with like no knowledge, no real respect for the industry, and I've grown to have more respect and like just admiration than I ever thought I ever would. I'm from a little town called Dundalk. It's right outside of Baltimore. I'd say it's a blue-collar town. I like the dirty, grungy part of the suburbs.
Absolutely.
You know? It's not really the nice part of town by any means. There's a lot of crackheads and, you know, questionable characters. But that, you know, it made me who I am, man. I'm proud to say that I'm from there. I'm 29, father of 3, and husband to my wife. Almost for 5 years, which is pretty crazy because that's not easy, surviving a marriage. It's like a war. Definitely my grandfather. That probably was the most memorable tattoo I'll ever do. Just because it was like really one of my first that I did, setting up my machines, start to finish, without anybody around that had any knowledge besides me. He said to me, it's funny because he's like, Steve, I want you to do a bird on my bird. Like joking around, being, you know, an old pervert. And I just laughed it off and was like, man, if I'm gonna touch your bird, dude, then I'm gonna get paid. That's just how it's gonna have to be. Laughed it off. He's like, nah, I really do want to get Tweety Bird on my arm. You know, mind you, dude, my grandfather at the time, he didn't talk like I'm talking. He didn't have any teeth, and you know, he's like old as shit. He's like 70-some years old, skinny. I felt like I was gonna like break his arm, you know, but he was gangster. He just sat there and took it. And I'm like, are you okay, Pepe? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. This ain't shit. I've had worse than this, you know. I've been around. This ain't nothing. He was definitely like the main guy, I guess, that got me into it. So it was really cool looking back at it that he was one of the first people that I got to do a tattoo. I'd say, dude, it's pretty awesome, man. It's nice to be the boss, man. That's not to say that I haven't been in those other spots where I've been the guy who wasn't the boss. When I'm here, man, I try to almost pretend like I'm an employee. I don't mind working hard either, you know. I'm not scared to sweep the floor if I have to do it. If nobody was here, and you know, like when I first started, if everybody left and I was back to square one and I had to sweep the floor, I'd sweep the floor. You know? I wouldn't mind working for somebody else. It's not a problem. Like, I do it on a regular basis. I love working around other artists. I really enjoy it. I like to have people around me that inspire me, and what better way to be inspired by being around other artists? It's an awesome atmosphere to have other people working for you, working with you. The way I see it is we're all a team, and we got to really work for each other, work hard with each other. Like, people here all have the responsibility to like work hard to make everybody else's job easy too, you know? It's like my job as an artist at this shop is to help everybody that's here succeed, you know? Like, to me, that's how it should be. And if it's not, then it's fucked up.